We're right on Broadway at 51st. Looking out my office window, you're looking right straight at the tower where the ball drops on New Year's Eve. So we're right in we're right in the heart of Times Square. It's an amazing thing to have a church there.
Yes. Now, is it as I understand it, it's a theater that has been?
Yes, David Wilkerson bought the Mark Hellinger Theater in 1987. And it's considered the Queen Theater of New York City. It's a magnificent, wonderful building. I remember he told me when the Lord burdened him to start a church again in New York City, he said the Lord spoke to him and said, if you will obey me, I will give you a building that will take your breath away. And the Lord did just that. It is. He used to say to me, isn't it amazing that God would give a building like this for the poor of New York City, most of whom could never afford a ticket to come to any kind of a theater production here in New York, but everybody is welcome, especially the poor, at Times Square Church.
Well, let's talk in a more general sense, or I should say a broader sense, about the prayer needs of our nation. This is, as you say in the radio feature, it's time to pray. We are long overdue for spiritual awakening in our land, and we've heard it said that really the only thing that is going to turn things around as far as the moral decline that we're seeing in our nation is for a spiritual awakening. It's for spiritual revival. And it's so important that God's people recognize that. From your standpoint as a pastor with really a worldwide ministry, what are you seeing as far as the necessity for prayer for America and how we can actually be engaged in that?
Oh, I think the prayer is absolutely mandatory now. I think part of the reason why so many people have found it so hard to pray is that the focus of prayer turned inward. We theologically turned inward probably a generation ago, and we became a people, a society that were self-focused. We allowed those inalienable rights of the American society for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness actually became the theology of the Christian church in great measure. I came in 22 years ago from outside the country. I'm Canadian by birth. I remember seeing it right out of the gate, saying, oh God, there's such a self-focus in the church that it's going to render us powerless if we don't turn. You see, the essence of true prayer is not me praying for myself. That might be part of it, but it's me praying for you. It's me praying for your family, for your future. It's me having a burden for my town, my city. I find it incomprehensible that in the book of Acts chapter 2, 120 people came out of a prayer room and literally overthrew, over time, the Roman Empire and all of its new world order. So I find it incomprehensible that we have churches on every corner in this society and are literally unaffecting our communities to any great degree. Most of the reason is because the Christian focus and the theological focus has turned to self. People coming to the house of God saying, well, what's in this for me today? That's why churches don't have prayer meetings, because realistically, how long can you pray for yourself and about yourself? Or if you do have your 2 kids, your good job, your house, with a 2-car garage, then a lot of people think, well, my needs are met. I'm rich, I'm increased with goods, I have need of nothing, and don't understand the mandate of the Christian church in the world today is not about ourselves. We're left here as a testimony of Christ to others. And until living for the benefit of others becomes our focus, we really can't pray. In New York City, we spend the whole first hour and a half before we go online to pray Tuesday night. And I reiterate every week, we're not here, folks, to pray for ourselves. We're here to pray for others. We're here to pray for the lonely, the addicted, the suicidal, the marginalized, the marriages that are falling apart, kids who don't know God, a society that's failing. We're here to pray for others.